Hello guys, it's time for Molly Moon. You remember when we left off before we went on this break, Rocky had just found Molly and she was telling him about Professor Nachman wanting her to rob a bank. So here we go, we'll finish up this chapter first. Rocky's expression was thoughtful. He rolled a piece of golden paper from a chocolate around in his hand until it was a small ball. "You nitwit," he said. "I'm not going to go. I've only just found you. Why would I want to leave my best friend, who has been almost impossible to find and who I've missed like mad?" Rocky held up the golden ball and twisted it from side to side so that it caught the light and shone. "I mean, she may be half crazy and have done some things that maybe she shouldn't have, but so what? She's still the best person I know. And I mean, look at this ball. If it was the only precious thing you owned, and if you had had it your whole life, you wouldn't just go and throw it away when a little bit of rust showed on it, would you?" Molly shook her head and looked at the golden ball. "You can relax, Molly. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay right here by your side, okay? So, you can relax and feel good." Molly did feel good, better than she had felt in ages. It was wonderful to have Rocky back. He was talking to her now, but she didn't hear what he was saying. She was just listening to his warm, kind voice, realizing how much she had missed it. It made her feel as if she had come home. "But what am I going to do about Petula, Rocky? I can't see how to get out of this trap. And all because of me, Petula is somewhere lonely and scared. She'd better be off feeling sick with Adderstone's chocolate cookies, because now she might die. She really might. I mean, this guy is really mean, and it's all my fault. I should have just stayed at Hardwick House and put up with life there. I may have been bad at everything and unpopular, but at least Petula was safe, and I wasn't being blackmailed into robbing a bank. In fact, I wish I was back there. I wish I'd never found this stupid hypnotism book. I wish I could turn back the clock and all of this would just disappear." All at once, Rocky clapped his hands, and with a whoosh, the hotel room disappeared, and in its place was the wood beside the cross-country track, outside Bryersville. Rocky and Molly were sitting on a bench, just as they had been the afternoon of their argument. They were in their gym clothes, with sneakers on. It was raining, and they were wet. Chapter 24. Molly nearly jumped out of her skin. She looked about her in a panic. They really were sitting by the Bryersville School cross-country track in the rain. "Ah! What happened? Where's New York?" she cried. Rocky smiled. A roll of thunder growled in the sky above them. "Your time in New York never existed," he said calmly. "It was all a figment of your imagination, and my imagination too." "But how?" Molly stammered. "I hypnotized you," said Rocky. "You hypnotized me?" she said aghast. "Yep. You hypnotized me," Molly repeated. But when?" She felt disoriented and confused. The rain started to get heavier. Rocky said, "Just now, here in Bryersville. You said, 'I hate this place. In fact, I can't think of a worse place to be in the world. My life is just horrible.'" Molly felt mixed up. "Did I? I can't remember saying that." "You said it just at the end of our argument," said Rocky. "What argument?" asked Molly, totally bewildered. "Sorry," said Rocky patiently. "I'll have to make this clearer. You've been cross since this morning because Mrs. Toadley was nasty to you after our word test, and Miss Adderstone had been giving you punishments all week. You know, like cleaning the toilets with your toothbrush." "But," said Molly, "but I can't believe. It's incredible." She could find no more words as it began to sink in that where she was in the world and when. "You said," Rocky repeated, "that you couldn't think of a worse place in the world to be and that your life in Bryersville was a horrible situation. So I hypnotized you and showed you a worse place to be, which was an imaginary situation in an imaginary New York." So Petula's okay? Asked Molly, shaking from shock. Yes, replied Rocky. She's probably curled up on Miss Adderstone's lap right now. So Knockman doesn't exist? Nope. And Adderstone is still at Hardwick House? Yep. And she doesn't click her false teeth like castanets? Nope. And you haven't been adopted? Nope. And I'm plain old unpopular Molly Moon. You've got it. Wow, said Molly. The worry of Petula and the other worry of having to rob a bank lifted off of her shoulders. Her stomach relaxed and she felt 100 times better. Wow, said Molly, still dizzy from the shock and still half disbelieving that she was really back in her old world. Wow, Rocky, but where did you learn how to hypnotize? Wow, that story was amazing. Did you just make it up? Yeah, said Rocky. But, Rocky, you could probably really hypnotize your way to the top. I mean, you're really good. That felt completely real. I actually felt like I was in New York for weeks and weeks. Raindrops splashed on Molly's sneakers. I can't believe I really thought I was a hypnotist all along, and it was you. Mm-hmm. Rocky nodded. That was amazing, Molly said, remembering everything. I really felt like I was in that show. Molly shivered. And Knockman was so real. Ugh, he was horrible. And I felt really bad when he had Petula. Rocky, your imagination is wild. Can't believe you made all that up. How long have you been able to do that? When did you learn? Does the book really exist? Why didn't you tell me? Molly looked suspiciously at Rocky. Why haven't you hypnotized me before? Or have you? We'd better get back, said Rocky. I wonder what's for supper. Probably Edna's fish and cheese and nut sauce, said Molly, thinking of the food at the Waldorf, which in her imagination had been so delicious. Mind you, Rocky, there were lots of parts of that story that you told me that were really nice. Molly licked her lips. The food in the hotel was amazing, and that bedroom was so posh. Room service? Oh, I liked room service, and I thought the view from the hotel room was beautiful. I even thought I shouldn't have stolen Davina's part. I liked being in Stars on Mars, and I liked New York. Oh, and I really liked having money, Molly laughed. It would be lovely if all of it was true, just with Knockman cut out of the story. I mean, he spoiled everything. Although I was starting to feel a bit guilty for being such a fake. But other than that, it was pretty good. Molly chuckled. There was a flash of lightning, and Rocky clapped his hands again. Okay, now I'm going to stop right there, and I want you guys to go to the link on Google Classroom and talk about the question I put there. Bye.